Most people are afraid of silence, the monk said calmly. They fill every moment with noise, voices, music, endless conversations, endless thoughts. Yet the greatest truths of life reveal themselves only when the mind becomes quiet. When I was a young monk, I once asked my teacher a question that troubled me deeply. I asked him, "Master, why do people struggle so much to find peace?" He did not answer me. Instead, he simply smiled and pointed toward the mountains in the distance. At first, I was confused. I waited for words, for advice, for wisdom. But nothing came. The master remained silent. Minutes passed. Then something strange happened. My thoughts slowly began to settle. The noise in my mind faded, and in that silence, I understood his answer. Peace does not come from adding more to our lives. It comes from learning how to remove the noise. You see, silence is not emptiness. Silence is clarity. In the modern world, people are constantly surrounded by noise, opinions, arguments, distractions, endless streams of information. But when the mind is constantly reacting, it never has the chance to observe, reflect, and understand. A quiet mind sees more clearly. There was once a traveler who visited our monastery. He was successful by every worldly standard, wealthy, respected, admired. Yet his face carried the heavy weight of exhaustion. He told me, "I have everything I thought I wanted, but my mind never rests." So I invited him to sit beside me near the river. We said nothing. Minutes passed, then an hour. At first he looked restless, checking the time, shifting uncomfortably. But slowly his shoulders relaxed. Finally, he looked at the flowing water and said something I will never forget. He whispered, "I have not felt this calm in years." That is the power of silence. It reconnects us with ourselves. Most people spend their lives searching for answers outside of themselves. But the greatest wisdom already exists within you. It simply waits for a moment of quiet to be heard. When you practice silence, three powerful things begin to happen. First, you begin to observe your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. Second, your mind becomes clearer. Problems that once felt overwhelming start to look simple and manageable. And third, you begin to understand what truly matters in life. Because when the noise disappears, so do many illusions. You start to see that much of what we chase, status, approval, endless comparison, does not bring lasting peace. True fulfillment comes from inner balance, from clarity of mind, and from living with intention. Silence teaches us patience. It teaches us awareness. It teaches us humility. Even the wisest teachers in history understood this. The deepest insights were often discovered not in conversation, but in quiet contemplation. So if you feel overwhelmed by the world, if your mind feels constantly restless, remember this simple practice. Each day, give yourself a few minutes of silence. No phone, no conversation, no distractions. Just sit, breathe, and observe. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. The mind will resist. Thoughts will race. But slowly, like muddy water settling in a jar, your mind will become clear again. And in that quiet clarity, you may discover something remarkable. The peace you were searching for was never outside of you. It was waiting patiently within the silence all along. The monk paused again, letting the quiet settle between his words. Then he smiled gently and said, "Sometimes the most powerful lesson in life is not something we say, but something we allow ourselves to hear in silence."